Let's see here. Hello, Becca Bryn. What's up with you? It's all good here. You want to help me with the volumes a bit? I don't know if my microphone is loud enough at the moment. I might have to readjust some settings before I can start anything really. The music is just on in the background now. You can tell me if anything is too loud or if anything is too low. If everything looks okay. I'm also gonna post that I'm going live on Instagram. I sound good? That's great. Okay, so now I've announced on all my platforms that I am going live. See here. I actually think I'm listening to the song on through the Dropbox that we have the songs uploaded on right now. I think I should download it instead, because I can actually not put it on repeat where it is right now. Let's just set this on repeat. No, I think it is actually on repeat. Good. Rocking the skinhead look. Yeah. Actually, I'm so, it's so naked up here. Pretty smooth as well. I did my best to give it the closest shave I could do, and it feels like it went pretty well. Cat is going around and just feeling my head all the time. How does it feel? It feels weird. Like I'm used to feeling only the like the stubble. Because I usually shave so short, but now instead it's just skin, and yeah, it's unusual. It doesn't feel very different, like just going around, walking around. It's just only when you feel with your hands on your head, that's all. Are the volume still okay? When are you guys gonna do Sonny cooking in slow Swedish? Well, Kat wanted to do it, then I'd do it. It's her channel after all, so she has to decide if she want to feature a Sonny cooking video. But I think we'd probably do something pretty simple cooking wise if we're gonna do that, because otherwise it must just be more complicated to learn. A recipe where there's a lot going on would probably be too complicated. What would be the theme of the song? I'm glad that you ask. So I had this concept or vision, and don't worry guys, I'm not a psychopath, but for this song, when I listen to it and the bright little guitar tones that come in, let's see here, I'm gonna find it here. The background guitar that just plays the high octave gives a little like scary sound or something, and it kind of I felt that it was suiting to an idea I've been having about a lyric that I wanted to write, and the song had, or the lyric doesn't have any lyrics yet, it's just a title, and the title is The Hanging Tree. And the Hanging Tree is gonna be a story about a tree that was made, or not made, but a tree that which purpose is to just hang people in. Like a super big tree with just all these like long hanging branches, where you hang people. It's in the execution place, and you don't cut these people down, they just hang. So this tree would be something somewhat of a Christmas tree, but with the corpses, people who were put down and executed. So that's the and this tree would probably be pretty horrid and gross after a while, but that's the concept of this song. So I'm gonna write about that, and I don't really know how to start, but that's the concept. Yeah, thanks. Six AM here, and I'm watching this before class. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's way too early. Over here it's almost 2 o'clock. So I've got my I always use a page with synonyms just to it's like if I want to use a word with like 2 syllables and the word that needs to be there is 3 or 4 syllables, then I need a synonym to exchange it with, so it flows better, because I always want to sing on beat. So that's one of the things I always use. Sometimes I use a page that is meant to rhyme words, because I feel the flow gets nicer when words rhyme. Not all the time, but sometimes. Personally, I like to rhyme quite a lot in my lyrics. Okay, so by looking around a little bit, I see that the hanging tree is actually a title of an existing song. Seems to be the Hunger Games theme song, one of them at least. So we gotta have to rename this, but the concept is still the same. Changing title. You should check out Aeons of Hate. It's a Greek band. I believe you like them. I think I've heard them. I heard of them at least. That name is familiar. Okay. You don't think so? They're kind of new. Well, I guess I'm mixing it up with something else. Of Hate. I'm sure that there's a lot of bands have Of Hate in their in their band name. But I'll check it out though. Felt familiar. But I'm probably mixing it up with something else in that case. Yeah. Hate names. So I'm gonna figure out how we start this song off. It's always the hardest to start writing, and then you usually get into it. I'm just trying to figure out which rhythm and which beat I want to sing to in the first riff. And the song, like the actual lyric, would start 15 seconds in. Yeah. Oh, I thought Mario wrote, "This is cool. You should try and write some lyrics too." Actually, because since I haven't started, I'm just sitting here talking. But you wrote, "I should try and write some lyrics too," and you should. I mean, it's a creative outlet. It's always fun. Let your inspiration flow. Also, at the same time, I hate when lyrics sound corny. So we can't let that happen. And if it starts sounding corny, I'll just rewrite it. I'm thinking it's just better that I get going a little bit and then I'll rewrite it. I'll like go back and rewrite it. I just need to get the ideas out there. In The Witcher 3 there was a tree called Hanged Man's Tree, which is kind of similar. I don't know if it's a song though. Yeah, I think it's probably the concept is not new. It's something taken out of the occult or like it's like a scary movie setting, but I just have to make it my own. I think it has a nice sound to it. Just the name Hanged Man's Tree. By the way, your Day with the Band videos are so funny. Thank you. That's nice to hear. They don't really get the same numbers as my other videos, but I do enjoy making them even more than my other videos, to be honest. I always have a lot of fun making them, so I'll definitely keep doing that, and it's always nice to hear some positive feedback about it. Also went to screaming workshop last week, so I can improve my voice in multiple ways, and that gives me more options with my lyrical side too, I think. Yeah, I would agree with you. It's a nice screaming workshop. I've never heard about that. That sounds interesting. Hello, Rai Berno. Hello. Let's see here. I need another word for decorated, I think. And adorn is not a word that I really like. Maybe dressed somehow. I hope you bear with me while I think a little bit in between. That smooth head though, yeah, right? Almost, you have to watch it so you don't get, what's it called? Dazzled, maybe, by the shine of it. Garnish is a good word, yeah. I saw that as a synonym too. But I think I like garnish. That should work. Gilded. I have not heard that word before. Yeah, gilded is also a good word. I like that too. Garnished and gilded. You can check out the Hangman's Tree from The Witcher for inspiration. Yeah, someone else commented that too. I haven't played that game, but it seemed like the lore and the story of that game seems really cool. And a lot of the time, that's where I draw my inspirations from games and from stuff like that, because the stories in those kind of things are usually very well written and very interesting. There's a vocal coach who have had few screaming workshops and teach how to make those sounds healthy in a proper way. She sings in a band called Fear of Domination. Okay, that's cool. It's really good that that there's someone that's a little bit more developed in teaching the techniques of unhurtful screaming. Like, for someone like me, when I started out, I did it wrong until I did it right, pretty much. So it was just like a long struggle to get to learning the right way, and like suddenly it just dawned on me, like, this is how I do it. It's weird, but I think that it's the same way for a lot of people. That's why I did the vocal tutorial video, to try and teach people how I would try to describe it as I learned it, or like what I would have liked to hear. But I know that it doesn't work for everyone, and it's even though you get to hear what the right technique is, it might be hard to learn. Need a word that sounds brutal but makes sense. Yeah, exactly. where vultures lay their eggs. What eggs? Speaking of eggs, I actually made a pancake breakfast this morning. Just doesn't really belong to the subject, but yeah, it was delicious. Are you still a student at Örebro University? Totally unrelated question, but just ignore if inappropriate. It's not inappropriate at all. I am not still a student there since, what is it, at least 2 years back, I think, if not almost. I liked Örebro University. I thought it was a really nice university. Also, I kind of like the city, Örebro. I have some friends there, and I've been there a lot with. We used to play with some of my older bands. Like Örebro always had a strong hardcore and metal scene when I was younger, so a lot of gigs were held in Örebro. So I've been there a lot, and I think it's a nice city. Love the Hanging Tree from Pillars of Eternity game. Haven't played that either. Is it a console game? I really wish I had a console and had the money to buy a bunch of these games, because a lot of them are really cool. I really enjoy playing the single player games with like a good story, because it always gives you inspiration and it brings you along. With computer, it's always, or with computer games, it's often multiplayer. So like the story doesn't get put in focus as much. It's more of the multiplayer experience. So it's always different. The male singer of Fear Domination was there also teaching us. And said that he just learned himself. Just played with his voice and tried to imitate sounds he heard. Yeah, that's what I did too. I sang along with like my favorite songs, and I had like a singing microphone plugged into my guitar amp just to get some sounds out. Wasn't the best setup, but it was good enough to learn. But God, that was a long time ago. I'm starting to get old. Witcher Hangman's Tree, the name suggests half a dozen bodies. They're hung as a memento of cruelty of war. Cool. PSM Master Race, yeah. I agree. Lineage is a word you could use if it fits. It means bloodline, yeah. That's a nice word. Also hard to pronounce if you're not familiar with it. I think you pronounce it lineage. Lineage. Can't say I'm so good at pronouncing it either. Roots consuming pestilence from the land. I get what you mean. I was also thinking the same way, that the roots are sucking up things from around. But then I spun it in my head and I thought that the branches or the tree absorbs the people that are hung in it, and the roots spreads all that evil and stuff like that. It spreads it out through the earth and through the land. That's what I thought. His lineage, like bloodline, and man's age. Yeah. Okay, so I actually have to listen so these lines can be that they actually suit the rhythm of the riff. Yeah, there's actually exactly 4 lines until the next riff starts, and I actually thought out the beat and the rhythm for the next part, I think. No lyrics to it yet though. Thanks, Mario. The person who wrote this music is called Marcus Egbert, which is the drummer of the band Arreat Summit that I play in, and we have this side project that is called FaithBreaker, and he is the one writing the music to this, and I'm the one that writes the lyrics and do the vocals. But he is a very talented musician. He can play drums really well, he can play guitar really well, and also bass, so he's good at writing metal songs. So I want the lyrics are gonna go on an offbeat. In this part of the song, it's gonna be na 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 na, and same thing again, but with lyrics and not nananas. But I got it in the rhythm is in my head, so I just need to figure out a good lyric line for that. Should open this as in another program, so I can just repeat the actual part that I'm writing for. Actually, I might be able to do that. I don't know if I actually have Reaper installed. I usually use Reaper when I record stuff like this. If there's a story with these lyrics, apologies if you already mentioned. No problem. I talked a little bit of it in the start. I just had this vision, like it's an upcoming theme, this hang the man's tree and stuff like that. It's a reoccurring thing in a lot of games, in a lot like in movies and stuff like that. So I think the concept is nice, and I want to do my own take on it with my own thoughts and draw my own story about how this works. So that's the whole concept that was thought of. Okay, let's see if this works rhythm-wise. That's perfect. There's exact right amount of syllables in that sentence that I want to fit in the rhythm I thought of in my head. Not showing off, I'm just saying it works really well. Absorbing the minds and the souls of the wicked men. Hello Sophia, welcome. And then I need another sentence with the exact same amount of syllables. And it's gonna go in the same rhythm. You'll have to excuse me if you think I jump too much back and forth in the song, but it's just to be able to think of the rhythm in my head. Dun, 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 dun. You wrote down man and men twice. Nothing is wrong. We thought to bring it up. Yeah, that's true. Since it's not a problem for me, since it's in. First of all, it has different meanings in this setting. Where man stands for man as in human, and men is actually just the male. But I get what you mean. Well, I don't really have a problem with it since it's in different verses. Do you think it's sexist to only have wicked men hanging in this tree? I would actually think that, I mean, it's mostly men that commit these psychotic and wicked acts. If you look at the crime statistics in the world. And that's not, I wouldn't say that's generalizing, that's pretty much the truth. And that's not a good thing. We're stupid. I know that. Nourishing wood with pulsating hatred, black as disease. It's a good sentence. I just needed to flow in with the rest. It could be used later on, probably. I want something that flows with men. As it must be like 1,000 words that actually flow good, so like that end with that. But it also have to add up with the amount of syllables in the sentence. Actually, this might not have to rhyme in the end, but it still has to add up with the syllables. Then when Ben, yeah. Ben. All the men that were hung in this tree is called Ben. Let's see here. I think I just need to turn on my brain. It's in passive mode right now. It's in sleep mode. Does that work? I had to Google the meaning of the word, but the synonyms are like discord, disparity, incongruity, dissonance. I mean, another synonym is disharmony, so I think it comes across the way I like it to. And I'm aware that it doesn't rhyme, but I didn't feel that it needed that, as long as it's the same amount of syllables. Where did you get inspired with the tree in this song in the song or in general? I had written up like just from like it's. I know this is a concept that like comes up in games and in movies and stuff like that. But just I just had the vision and like thought of this huge tree where they hang people and never take them down. So this tree would just be filled with hundreds and hundreds of men hanging from the branches, and this tree would be very big, very, very huge. So I just had that vision in my mind as some kind of a record cover or something like that, and that's what. So I wrote down the idea of the hanging tree, because I have this idea folder or idea journal where I just write down things that I think of and the concept of them, and these things sometimes turn out to be lyrics and stuff like that, or album covers or designs. Not that I can do the designs myself, but the lyrics I can actually write. So that's where the whole concept comes from, and it's not a new thing. I'm aware of that, but I wanted to do my take on the whole thing, because the way I see it and think of it is not really something I've seen in other games or movies and stuff like that. So this would be my take of it. You should go, yeah, like Metallica. Yeah, like James Hetfield. Hey, yeah. I can't really do a good Hetfield. Extra light. I know people that can imitate him quite well though. It's funny. Stumble upon the stream while looking for some ideas on writing. Oh, cool. Welcome. You may join in. So we haven't gotten that far in the song. I'd say we're through the first verse and bridge or chorus. I don't know. We never, in our both in like this band, I'd say, in Arreat Summit, when we write lyrics and when we write the melodies of the song and stuff like that, we never label anything as chorus and verse and stuff like that. And things just get the name of verse and chorus if they are reoccurring in the song, which they're not always are. So when we write, it's a little bit weird like that. We don't say we need a chorus for this. So we just write a song and things get to be where they are. It's a weird process, but it usually turns out well anyway. Are you the only one writing down lyrics from the band? Yeah. I am the sole writer of the band. But I do not write, I barely write any music for the band. The other guys are very talented at it, and all I do is come with suggestions of what to change and what to do different and stuff like that. With what they write, so but we work well together that way. I really would say that they don't need that much help. They're very talented in writing, but we always talk with each other and change things up to make it suit all of us. So I'd say that everyone takes part in all of it, and I also let them take part in the lyric writing if they want to, and come with suggestions of things to change and stuff like that. So far I'm happy with this. This seems to fit my thought of the song. I think this song is going to be pretty stripped down and have some places where there won't be any lyrics really. I just feel that this part, like this whole part that comes after, I wouldn't want. Let's see. I have to readjust my camera because I'm actually sitting up now. I've been hanging like a slouch until this time. But this part here, I don't want any lyrics on that comes after this. So there's a bridge, and then this build up comes. And I think I just want like some kind of like long and big stream here, but I don't know if it can be all through the whole thing. The scream would start right here, along, and just be a long drawn out scream in the background while the guitar does, like, the build up goes on. But this goes on a little bit too long for that. How many? Is it 3 times? Here it goes. Here, 1 time. And then there goes 2. And that's the amount. That's about the time that a scream could last. A long scream could last, if even that. It's a long time. And here comes the 3rd time. And then comes the 2-step part. Here the song, like the lyrics would start again here. It's a pretty long part. I think I'm actually gonna tell Ega to write away 1 part of that build-up part. I think it's too long. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. You write the music first though, right? And then you write the lyrics, or the other way around. Sometimes I write lyrics before, and then I rewrite them to the actual music. Usually it's them writing the music, and then I'm writing lyrics for it. Sometimes I've pre-written a lyric that I just had in my head, and then I rewrite that to suit the actual music. You can never just put it right on, but it gets rewritten, and then yeah. But they never write around my lyrics. Sometimes I have parts in the lyrics that I imagine being sung in a certain way. So I ask them to rewrite the riff or the the beat so it fits better to the what I thought in my head. So that happens sometimes, but that's kind of how we work. We ask each other to rewrite things and to rethink things and just change things around until we get to the best possible solution. Let's imagine that this part would just be two times then. In that case, and I'll ask him to rewrite that. We're actually gonna go next Thursday. Me and Eggai are gonna record at least 2 of these songs that I've written. I have 2 other lyrics and songs for this band that we're gonna record, and maybe this one as well if we have time. And I planned to have a Day with the Band video from that, so you'll get to see when I actually record these. Maybe this one, but definitely the one that we wrote in the first lyric stream that we did, so that you get to see it live. Or not, you don't get to see it live, but you get to see, yeah, behind the music, so to speak, and that lyric that actually some people helped to write. Will you be closing the song with a tree decaying or dying, or do you have something else in mind? This tree is definitely existing forever. It's not. It can't die. It's this evil thing that's just there. It will outlive us all. I'm thinking this next part will be more about the agony and like the people that are hung in this tree, they never die. They are always in a conscious but dead state. They are dead, but they still feel. So the like being hung in this tree would be the ultimate punishment. Almost like the concept of hell. So there's the concept of purgatory, where you get burned for your sins, or like, isn't it like the concept that you get to burn for the amount of time of this, like, or to an equal of the sins you committed in purgatory to get cleansed, and then you get to get out of there. But this would be an eternal purgatory thing in that case. It thrives on evil, and evil is eternal, so it will last until the end of time. Exactly. Exactly, that's what it is. Okay, so the next, that's what the next passage of the song will be about, the eternal suffering of the ones actually hanging there. And that's the two-step or like double part in the song. Dun 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 dun. See here. This is gonna be the second part, and I don't want to start with this. The first one must be the something about the ones that actually hang in the tree. But I don't know how to write that part. How to mention the people that are hanging. I want to give this also, like, the hanging tree will not be the actual title of the song. I want to give this tree a name that's unique. So I don't want. I wanted to have a name that is not in a game or that's in a movie. I wanted to have its own name. So the song itself gets unique in that way. And then I would call, like, those who hang from the, and the reason they're stars here, that would be that insert name insert name of title, because the title will be the name of the tree. Those who hang from the hanging tree, but that won't be the name, but you get what I'm saying. That sounds corny, I don't like that, but that's the idea of it. But I don't like how that sounds. I think that sounds corny. I have to think about that for a little while. I like this tree reminds me of Dante and the forest that exists in some circle in hell, where the suicide's hanging from the branches, never dead or alive. Yeah, I've seen the animated movie of Dante's Inferno. I know exactly what scene that's from. That's really cool. I like that movie. Is so cool. I like that a lot. Necromantic wrote, "Those condemned to endless torment of tree name." I like that. I'm just gonna write that as a alternative first line. So you might not see that full line now. but I will. There will be an alternative line. Sometimes in my songs, I write alternative lines. So I did that in the first lyric that we wrote as well, because there's several lines that I like, and then when we actually record it, then we hear and feel what sounds the best. So, and that's usually, that point is where my bandmates come in and get to think about what they think sounds the best. So in a lot of songs I write alternative lines like this, or just alternative words sometimes, so that we can try what flows best and what sounds best. Hello Manfred, Rudy, Dingle Dongle Man. In Greek mythology, Hades is the god of death, so you may use that, or then I suggest Thanatos, which is death in Greek, if it interests you and rhymes. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from certain beliefs, like I never mention the name of, like, the name Satan or Hades or other like gods of death in my lyrics. I might talk about them as a concept, but I never actually mention any names like that, and I don't know. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like to specify certain. Yeah, I don't call them by name, even though I think it's more what do you call it? It's more relatable if it's just a concept in general. Like everyone has this. Everyone knows about something like this that in their belief system or non-belief system, for that matter, but everyone can relate to talking about something like a character like Satan or Hades, but maybe not everyone relates to the actual figure. Maybe that was unclear. Maybe I didn't describe that so well, but yeah, thanks Sophia. I appreciate that you're contributing. Evil around the world, yeah, Rudy. Let's go back a little bit again. Let's go with something like this. Okay, so what I'm thinking here, I'm just gonna pause the music for a short while. What I'm thinking here is that this line of the song is gonna be 4 lines, and it's gonna repeat because the song starts going with the double pedal after, so it goes 8 times I think, and it starts with the double pedal after the 4th time. So then this piece of text will repeat, and it will start with those who hang from the let's use hanging tree for now, but that's gonna be changed. Their suffering will never come to an end, everlasting misery, and then we're gonna have something that means exactly the same as everlasting misery, but we're gonna use other words. So for example, everlasting infinite is a synonym. For example, I'd like everlasting. I would like a synonym with the same amount of syllables, so 1 more syllable than infinite. But we'll see, we write infinite for now. It would also work with a second word that has 4 syllables instead of 3 as misery. So it adds up in the end anyway, if you get what I am saying. Hello there, Fabi, Fabilove, Fabilo, I guess, I don't know. Calamity, Agony, Gehenna are good names for this tree, I think. Gehenna is a cool name. Where have I heard Gehenna? Gehennas. I've heard something called Gehennas before. I don't know what that is. Gehennas is an NPC in World of Warcraft. Oh, it's the boss, of course, in Molten Core. Does Gehennas, does the name have a meaning? Like previous to World of Warcraft, does Gehennas have a meaning? Disgrace, perpetual. I like the word agony. Did I use the word agony? I used the word suffering, misery, dissonance. I haven't used agony yet. Agony, but there's also 3 syllables, but we'll use that as a placeholder. Let's see. Anguish is also a nice word, I say. torment. I like torment. But those... I like affliction. But the problem is they all have 3 syllables. So then we'd probably need the 4-syllable first word. Just maybe it's not super important, but it just feels like for the flow, it feels like I want something with the same amount of syllables. You wrote perpetual. Perpetual. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 syllables in perpetual. Perpetual or perpetual. As singing the word perpetual, it sounds more like 3 in my mind. Even though I like the word. Yeah, I like affliction. I think you're right, or you are right that it is 4 syllables, but singing it, I think it's hard to pronounce or like to pronounce the syllables in perpetual properly, because you say perpetual and not perpetual when you sing it. It's in my mind. I like the word though. Gehenna comes from a place in the Hebrew Bible where people were sacrificed by fire. Since then its meaning comes as a synonym to agony, affliction and similar. Good to know. Nice. Oh, it's like when words have evil meanings. Indelible affliction. Indelible. That's not gonna work either. Unending. Or could you do something like this? And then have, like, you switch around the word, so instead of everlasting as like the meaning of the word everlasting and then the suffering part, you'll have the time of the suffering in the end and the actual word for the suffering in the front. So everlasting misery and anguish, eternity, but some other word for that. Yes, so you just swap it around instead. I think that would work. But then I need a word for that. Let's go back in the song to just so we can think about the part. I think I like it more like that. I think that's gonna be I'll just save that for now. But I think that this will be what I want there. Their suffering will never come to an end. Everlasting misery, tormented eternity. I think that works. And then this will be 2 times that part, this whole part. Abysmal eternity. Yeah. What's wrong with undying? I don't know, nothing. I like the word undying actually. Let's see what comes after the repeating part. Can you burp on command? Not without soda. I need the bubbles to be able to do that. Yeah. I'll have that with as well. I just think that it's the tormented eternity, like the swapperoo of these two, that will be used in the end, but I'll keep the other ones if we decide to go with that instead when we record. Where were we? The end of the 2-step part goes to another bridge. Oh, I think it's a bridge at least. Also, it comes here. I think that like this is like this is the breakdown part, and I think I just want like, because this is where the song kind of fades out. Like over and over again, and I just think that I would, whatever the title of the song becomes, I just think that I want to keep, like for every round that breakdown goes, I just think that the title of the song would be screamed out over and over again in the end. But we do not yet have a name for the song. Also, I think that the song would be named the name of the tree, comma, the hanging tree. So it wouldn't only have the name of the actual tree, whatever we come up with, but it would also be specified as the hanging tree, so people know what it is. Let's say it were to be called Gehenna's the hanging tree, but I don't think that Gehenna's flows that well in the lyrics. I think I like the word, but I don't think it flows so well. If you're gonna sing Gehenna's, it's a little. I'm heading out now. I can't wait to see what you're coming up with for the name and how it turns out. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the help, Necromantic. As I said, this song might be recorded next Thursday, and if not, it will be recorded shortly thereafter. So then you'll be able to see this. I mean, I could just make up a completely own name. It's like, that doesn't mean anything, that just sounds evil. Where do you do that? In a evil name generator? My god, like, some of you probably gonna think this story is funny. Hello Romso16. Hello. And hello Ham Solo. I'm gonna tell you a story about my first band. Or, it's not my first band, but the first band that I ever released a CD with was called Orson Sparks. And the only famous tree I know is Yggdrasil. Yeah, it's a cool name though, I like that. But the name doesn't actually mean anything except that. So, I mean, I could actually make up my own name for the tree. Yggdrasil sounds nice though, it sounds powerful. Back to the story. My first band was called Orson Sparks. And we wanted a name for that band, yes, same way as we created the name for Arreat Summit. We wanted a name that doesn't sound like the typical metal band, like Death of Fire, Hatred, Punch. I think you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of like generic metal band names that is seems copy pasted. Sorry for that. My nose is starting to clog up, so I had to take some nose spray. But the band was called Orson Sparks, and the reason for it being called Orson Sparks was that it was created through a porn star name generator. So a friend of the band, who was called Victor Kjellander, we entered his name in a porn star name generator on the internet, and the result was Orson Sparks, and that's how the band was named. And it's not a lot of people who know that. There's plenty of people who know about Orson Sparks, but a lot of people don't know why it's named that way. Does the name have to be an actual name or a word as well? It does not have to be a word, just a name. But it has to have an evil ring to it. That's that is a must, at least. Good day, Jedre. Jedre. Is that it can't be how you pronounce that name, is it? Jedre, is it Jedre Kashionite? Is it Russian? Because if it's Russian, it might be Jedre. I don't know. I'm probably butchering your names. I should be ashamed. I'm sorry if I'm quiet. I'm looking around for for ways to come up with evil names. Very nice is Lithuanian. Oh, I see. I did my best. Put some cool drugs name to it. What drug? Crocodile. I don't know if that, like, there's a, I think it's a Russian drug that's called like crocodile or something. That is like the super weird and bad drug, cheap and very dangerous. Makes people like have to like amputate where like the limbs where they have injected and stuff after a while. It's just a big mess. Back to the actual song name, I guess. God morgon på USA. Good morning, USA. Latins have kind of evil ring to them. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Although another requirement would be that it flows well in the song, I guess. My boyfriend has a band, so I've been close to that situation of creating the band's name. Yeah, I know. I think mors is death in Latin from the little knowledge I have from school. Okay. That maybe that could be worked into the name. Do you like Mors Subita? They are from Finland. I have not heard them. But so that's a full Latin name then. What does Subita mean in Latin? Death and then something. My absolute favorite band is Solstafir. It's softer metal, but the lyrics and everything else is beautiful. I am more into drawing illustrations. That's nice. Have you illustrated me yet? There's so many nice illustrations of Cat that people have done. Like from when I met her, like I've seen most of them, and there's so many cool illustrations that people have done that are very different. Me and my boyfriend love you and Katrin. Thank you so much. We love you too. Bye Sonny, gotta go to work. Bye Nicole. Thanks for being here. Memento mori. Remember you're going to die, yeah. Pandemonium sounds good as a name. Doesn't pandemonium actually mean something? I'm not sure, but... So I'm looking for something that sounds like a black metal name almost. If that describes anything. It's demons that came together as a group of demons. Okay. I think it's similar to chaos, chaotic indeed. Yeah. I'm looking for more of something like something that doesn't mean anything at all. Yes, there's something that sounds evil. There's a lot of black metal names or band names that doesn't mean anything, but that just sounds like the sound of the actual word sounds evil. Yeah, Dre, you should get back to it. It's always a nice outlet to be able to be a little bit creative like that. Black Matter is a good name, I think, yeah. But Black Matter is something. Sadly. Black Matter exists in the world. Or in space. Wailing Wall. I like wailing. I mean, I know that wailing means something, but the reason I'm saying I'm saying silent is that I'm looking around the internet for ways to put together a name, just a name. Vulvodynia. That is already a name. I like the band a lot though. I like them a lot. They're really cool. They do some nice music. Yeah, a name without meaning, exactly. Cacophony. It means something, but whatever, it's an archaic word. It means bad voice. Okay. I would do a small research on your Viking pagan mythology. There's always something strong, heavy and powerful. Shame I know only Baltic pagan god and all this stuff. Yeah. there's so many mythologies in the world that are really cool to read about. So many concepts there are really interesting. Cthulhium. Make me think of Saturn. Okay, you might not like this, but I'm gonna use this as a temporary name. It might be changed, but I said it wouldn't have any meaning, but some of your suggestions maybe changed my mind a little bit. I want to call the tree the Wailing Spire. Wailing Spire, the hanging tree. That will be the temporary name until I come up with something better, or just figure out that I'm happy with that. Lovecraft has a lot of made up words, same as Tolkien, yeah. There's a lot of cool names in both of their works. Lovecraft is really interesting. Poe as well. Edgar Allan Poe. It's from Cthulhu, yeah. Acacia Strain and Muir, both of those bands wrote a lot about Cthulhu. Destroyer of Worlds, Ender of Universe, all that stuff. It's cool. Yeah, merch names work. Wailing Spire sounds good. Resilience tree. Resilience, isn't that more like endurance? To withstand something? does this make me want to change something in the actual lyric? How about Inca Tower? Incubus and Minotaur. You think Voldemort, yeah, the tree who shall not be named. It can't be nice walking around with orange hands. You kind of feel like Donald Trump. Yodi says, awesome to see the process of you writing lyrics. I really need to listen to your band more often. Thanks. That's super nice of you to say. And I mean, the process always gets a little bit different when I'm sitting and streaming at the same time like this. But I mean, it's fun to be able to share and to be able to draw inspiration from what you have to say and get help like this. So I mean, I think it's a fun concept, this lyric writing stream. It's fun for me and I hope it's fun for you as well. Tour to Glasgow, please. Yeah. We would like to tour all over the world, I think, but or I know, but it's not easy being a band on the road to make it work with the money. Lucius is a good name since we mentioned Harry Potter. I don't know what it means, but it sounds good. Yeah, I think I think Lucius is a nice name, but the sad part is someone already has it. So it would already be connected to this person. But I couldn't find anything about the Wailing Spire. Yeah, I can't find anything about Wailing Spire on the internet at the moment. So we'll use that for now, but I think I'm happy with that. The only thing I'm thinking about before Wailing Plectrum, before I finish this, is if I want these lines, those who hang from the Wailing Spire, suffering will never come to an end. I want something to flow better with the word spire in this second sentence. And I'm like, the words that come to mind is like desire and fire or a fire. Um, um, their screams will be burned in the fire. Can screams be burned? Can you burn a scream? I mean, it sounds evil, but does it make sense to burn a scream? I don't know. Their suffering will be consumed in the fire. Doesn't, but it's the same. It's the same with that a little bit. That can suffering be consumed by a fire? Sounds good, but does it make sense? Hello, Joanna. Yeah, something with fire at least probably works. By the fire, never cease, never cease, never cease, never cease, never cease to be consumed by the fire. Those who hang from the Wailing Spire never cease to be consumed by the fire, everlasting misery, tormented eternally. Ah, I like that. That works for me. Does it work for you guys? You can use both metaphorically. Yeah, that's true. That's correct. I get what you mean, Sophia. Maybe even put this in every other meaning in the end here. Wailing Spire consumed by the fire. So you get some difference in the end there. And this is actually the end of the song that's plays now. So this will just be like long drawn out scream. Wailing Spire. Boom. Consumed by the fire. Yeah, I think that works. Already feeling hell by reading the lyrics. Yeah, thanks. That's the feeling we're out. That's the feeling we're looking for. Their end is dire. Yeah, that's also a good. I was thinking the word dire, if you could work it in somehow, but Can you show Menace? I just love him. Yeah, I can. Yeah, Hellfire was also one of the words that I looked up, but it didn't flow as well as the other ones in what was singing it. Hey Rascal. Hey buddy. Hey. You have something to say?
Did you call me there?
Yeah, we couldn't pick up. There was something wrong with the phone. I can call him again, but otherwise I'll just call him on his cell phone after work. Okay, you want to say hi? I'm gonna finish this stream soon. I got a request for Menace. Yeah, like I got a request to show him on stream. Is he free on his schedule? Is this Menace? I'll take off my headphones so I can. Hey Rascal. Hey buddy. Hey. Come up here. Come up here. Ooh. Oh, you're so much bigger than Menace. Oh. Let's angle this down a little bit. Hey. Hey buddy. Hey.
You like his pants with the seam right there?
Yeah, looks real camely.
Designed by a man, for sure.
Oh, why?
Because women would never put a seam between your vagina cheeks.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, now you know.
So this is not Menace. This is
Grumpy Rascal.
This is Rascal who doesn't want to be here right now. Rascal here. Here is the camera, Rascal, up here. You see the camera right here? Yeah, there. There it is. Hello.
Hello. He peed on the carpet before.
Oh, he did he? Oh. Is that because he didn't get let out?
I was in... what was it now?
Yeah, what were you doing?
Yeah, what were you doing?
I was streaming.
Yeah, I was editing, so...
Oh, well, you weren't there. Okay, let's switch puppy. You get to go down, Rascal. And little Menace that is not so little anymore gets to come up. Oh, burp. Has he drunk?
No, I think he understood.
Oh. So, here is the little Menace that rather wants to play with his brother right now. Do you have eyes for your brother? Rascal is the OG cutie. Is Menace the new kid on the block?
The under puppy.
Under puppy. Rascal and Menace merge. 100% would buy. Is that merch for dogs or for humans? You want a close up? Oh. Maybe just looking at camera? No? You don't know where you are? You confused? Yeah, you get to go down and play with your brother. That doesn't want to play with you.
Do you wanna walk lessons or something or get the car?
Sure. Sure. Okay. A close-up of the beauty that is Menace, yeah. A guy that doesn't have time for live streaming. He only has time to play. So I think we're pretty much done with this. I mean, I'm sure that I will rewrite some parts of it when we actually record it. But yeah, it's a good start, and I should thank you guys for helping me with this. So I think that that's gonna be the end of the stream. We've been sitting here for, let's see how long it has been. 2 hours and 4 minutes. That's pretty yeah, that's okay. That's an okay time to write a lyric from scratch, I guess. We had the concept to start with. I have to comb my beard. It's wild. It's a little bit of everywhere right now. I have to do something about that. Sucks the life out of man or men. The reason that it's man is because the previous word is stand. So like just the an and the man and the a stand. It just flows better than men in that first row. That's what I was thinking of, at least. That's why it says man here and men down there. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, man can believe. It's meant as plural, of course, but and also meant for humanity more than men. Anyhow, thank you for tuning into the stream, guys. And if you're watching this afterwards, thank you for watching. I hope, yeah, you'll see this to be recorded in a video, a Day with the Band video, when me and Egg actually record this song, which will be maybe this Thursday, and if not, not too long after that, because we're gonna record 4 songs and 3 of them have lyrics done. So we're gonna do 1 more lyric and then we're done with the lyrics. So thanks for watching, thanks for helping, and yeah, I'm just gonna quit the stream here. So I hope you have a sunny fucking day, guys.